Hi, everybody. I forgot to put that microphone down. Welcome in. Thank you for showing up today for your 8-ball World Qualifier player meeting. Just getting my notes opened up here. So we are going to be doing the 8-ball World Qualifier player meeting here live online today instead of in the room. So this is meant to help with the questions and the clarity, avoid a lot of the requests to please keep it down so people can listen. And hopefully we have so many new players that are participating in the World Qualifier for the first time. This format will hopefully help them be able to digest the meeting a little bit easier and ask questions as they need to. So I encourage you to tell everyone on your team to watch this player meeting. It is expected that all players will watch this player meeting prior to the tournament. This is completely in lieu of the in-room player meeting. So just make sure that you encourage your team to watch it if they're not tuned in right now. All right, so this is exciting. This is our largest event of the year. We've got 44 teams coming to Legends Billiards this weekend, playing for 4 Vegas slots. So we are running a modified single elimination bracket. That means that you're guaranteed to play twice, not to lose twice. We're going to talk more about the bracket here in just a minute. I'm going to point you to some of the links and things that you can check out that you're going to want to have bookmarked for the weekend. So a couple of logistics before we jump into the actual like game rules table stuff. So several people have reached out. Maybe you've heard there is an Ironman triathlon going on this weekend on Saturday. It is going to impact traffic around Legends. So warn your team. If you pull up the Ironman schedule, we'll send out an announcement with this information as well on the app tomorrow. But if you pull up the Ironman schedule, they tell you where and when to expect the traffic impacts. It doesn't look like it's going to impact the route near Legends at the same time that our rounds are starting. But it could impact you depending on what time you're trying to get back to the venue later in the day. I think they're planning on coming through at like 7 a.m. in the morning and maybe 6 p.m., which falls between our round times. So just something to keep in mind. Plan ahead, plan extra time. We don't yet know exactly how it's going to impact travel, but please plan for it. Give yourself extra time. Look up some back routes. I know there are back roads that you can take to get around. It's also going to impact only southbound on Phillips Highway. So if you come from northbound, so if you come from the south and go northbound on Phillips Highway, I believe you're going to be able to cross over into the Legends parking lot. Now, whether you can get out, I don't know about that. But please, please, please plan ahead. I'm not seeing any chat. I don't know if you're just not hanging out with me. Let me see. Or if there is no chat. If there is no chat or if I'm just not seeing it. But if you're asking me questions, I'm not trying to ignore you. But if you have more information on that Ironman traffic stuff, feel free to share that in the members group. That's going to be useful. Again, please let your teams know. Okay, Dale's here. Okay, good. Cameron, there we go. I'm not talking to myself. Awesome. You guys can hear me and chat is working. Wonderful. All right, so as you're planning for your extra travel time, make sure that you're letting your team know we have 3 rounds a day on Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. This that I have on the screen here, if you have not seen it before, this is the World Qualifier information email that was sent out just 2 days ago, I believe. So check your email. You can also get this link from the app. So it's the World Qualifier information announcement that went out, has a link to all of this. So in here, you'll see the full schedule. Scroll on down, event schedule, and we've got 3 rounds a day on Saturday and Sunday. Whoop. There we go. 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. And then if you make it to the finals, you come back rested, relaxed, ready to play Monday night, 7 o'clock. All right. Will traffic affect the 3 p.m. games? Dale, we're hoping not. Shouldn't. They shouldn't be coming back through. They should be long gone. They should be long gone from the morning. You would think. I don't know. I'm not a triathlon bicycle person, so I don't know. But it should be long gone from the morning, and they shouldn't be coming back into the area until about 6 p.m. So hopefully not. But give yourself extra time. All right. So plan for that Monday night finals. Assume you're going to make it there. You want to play for Vegas Monday, 7 o'clock. If you are a Monday night team and you make it to the finals, we're going to work with you. We're going to figure it out. Okay. So don't stress about that. We want you to be able to come Monday night, focus on the finals, and have a good match. So kind of cool. If you didn't scroll all the way down, I know it was a long email, but I want to point to this section that talks about finals and advancement, because World Qualifier, Las Vegas is that big ticket prize heading out there to play in the APA World Pool Championships. But there's 2 more opportunities for advancement out of this tournament now. If you finish in the semifinals or better, then you advance to the Jacksonville APA Elite Cup. That's the winner take all cash cup in July. And if you finish in second place, all 4 of the second place teams are going to advance to the Southeast Challenge. So there's a lot of opportunity there, not just for the 4 teams headed to Las Vegas. 4 more teams going to Southeast Challenge. Excuse me. 4 more teams going to the Southeast Challenge. And then in addition to that, all the teams earning their Elite Cup qualification if they weren't already. So exciting things to play for. Couple other things that were not in here. If you saw, Mike and I put up an announcement in the members group earlier today. If you are not playing and you're interested in being involved this weekend, there are ways for you to come hang out, be part of the tournament action. It's always really fun to hang out with the volunteer squad that comes in to referee, photographers, live stream commentary. Let's see, what else are we needing? Shoot for a Cure. There will be a raffle going on this weekend. So we hope that you'll participate in that. If you have not been to an event since early March, we've started doing a Shoot for a Cure raffle at events, and all proceeds raised from those go to support the Shoot for a Cure fundraising efforts. There will be a Shoot for a Cure tournament in October, and all proceeds go to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. So a mouthful, but we will be selling raffle tickets. I believe, I'm going to go ahead and say it because I think it's right. We're going to be raffling off the Q-Tech Synergy 9-ball, the WNT edition Q. And you might even see more than one raffle coming around this weekend. So, Marcus, we're going to cross that road when we get there. I'm going to assume that they can't possibly close off access for any sustained length of time, considering the businesses that are operating in that plaza. But if that is in fact the scenario, then we will figure out how to deal with it on Saturday. But for now, everybody cross your fingers that this triathlon does not in fact impact our travel needs all that much. So we would appreciate your any kind of good luck charms you got that you could throw at that. So question in there that I saw I missed about the Monday night finals. Will it affect regular league play on Monday night? It will not affect regular league play going on at Legends on Monday night. Again, if you are a Monday night team that's participating in the finals, we'll work it out. So we want you to be able to focus on the finals first. So. All right. Sorry, my notes are on my phone, so I'm making sure that I'm not missing anything. So if you would like to participate this weekend, we would love to have you. There's plenty of ways to volunteer, ways to get involved. You can text message the office and let us know. volunteer for a full round and you've got a free singles board, you can use that anytime in these upcoming boards. Speaking of, if you're listening and you want to play in boards like tonight in an hour and 15 minutes, comment here because PJ is probably here listening. And PJ is going to run them tonight at Beach's Cue Ball. So if you want to play in some boards, you can head out that direction while you listen to the meeting here. All right, so on to some of the more tournament specific things. Like I mentioned earlier, we're running a modified single elimination bracket. That means that you are guaranteed to play twice and not to lose twice. Where's my mouse here? There we go. At the top of this email, there's a bracket link there. There's been some enhancements if you haven't been in there since you first looked at it, possibly on Tuesday when you received that link, or if you haven't seen it since we did the live draw in mid-April there. You'll see a couple of new things that we've added. One in this top left corner, as soon as you log in, you'll see practice tables. We thought that that was kind of a helpful addition. You're not fighting to hear us on the mic. There's no question. Is this a practice table? Is it not? Open up the bracket. First thing you're going to see is practice tables. Right now, Saturday morning, 9 a.m., all the 7-footers are going to be open. Once that match or that round starts, that's going to be changed to none available at this time. And then as they become open, we will list them there. So hopefully that helps a little bit logistically answer the "are there any practice tables available" question for you. You'll also notice here at the top, you can now click that link and it will take you to the rosters so that you're not having to click around everywhere. The rosters are posted. That link will lead you here, and just make sure that you do double check your roster if you have not already, but we'll talk more about rosters here in a minute. But just wanted to point you to some of those things that are new in the bracket to hopefully help logistically answer your questions faster, easier, find the info you need. So you're going to want to bookmark this page. Let me make sure I have answered all your questions. Local hotels, good rates if you need to camp out in the Legends area. Good recommendations. Thank you guys. All right. Okay, so catching up on my notes here. The link to this bracket is not going to change. The link to the rosters is not going to change. So as long as you have access to that email or you have access to the league app, you can access this all weekend long. It is how we're going to communicate your table assignments all weekend. You'll see that black row up there too, right underneath your round time, is also where you can find your sudden death information. So during the tournament, if you can't remember what time sudden death was, you can just double check the bracket. If your match starts later than the rest of the matches in that round time, we will always note that in the same area that we're going to put your table assignment information. So you'll have your very own sudden death notated on your match. So again, just another way you don't need to hunt us down in the room. You can find the information you're looking for during the tournament so that you guys can strategize and plan and throw fast accordingly, right? No sudden death. All right. Okay, so going back to those rosters. On your rosters here, you're going to notice that there are players here that have an I and are italicized. If they have an I and they're italicized, they are not eligible for the event this weekend. So make sure that you double check, you open up this roster report, and you look to see that there are no surprises. Am I frozen? Can you guys hear me? I'm not sure if anybody can hear me right now. Is my video frozen? Okay. All right. My video all looks frozen on my end, so I'm going to keep talking and assume, okay, video's frozen. Awesome. No big deal. we'll just take it away. You don't need to see me. Let's see, that didn't help. Okay, well, I'm going to just stay frozen then. There we go. Okay. All right, so we can hear, we can't see, but that's fine. All you need to do is see the roster report. So if you have not pulled it up already, make sure that you double check who is eligible and ineligible on your team. We don't want any surprises morning of. So you're looking to make sure you have no questions regarding eligibility. You're also looking at your skill levels, so you're not surprised. The mannequin challenge. There you go. So you're looking at skill levels too, so there are no surprises there. Remember the I told you so signatures at Triannual. The I told you so signatures included information about what skill level you are going to play with at the World Qualifier. It is either your current skill level in the summer session, it is the skill level you were at the time that you qualified, or any session ending skill levels since then. So whichever of those is the highest, or if you are active in multiple league areas and you are higher in another league area, you should have already alerted us, please. But if that happened and it has not been caught yet, then your highest of any of those choices is what you're going to play at in the World Qualifier. If you have any questions or concerns, the time to ask those is tonight, is tomorrow night. It is not Saturday morning. Please do not show up surprised about eligibility or a skill level and start questioning those on Saturday morning. All right. If you have any ineligible players on your roster, those players are not, they cannot count towards the 23 rule. They cannot count, they cannot coach. They can't give you timeouts. They're just there to cheer the team on. Okay. So make sure that you let your ineligible players know that they are there in a cheerleader fashion. All right, common players. So we often, I wish I could give you a visual now, but that's okay. I'm going to go back down here. Okay. Common players, that means that any player whose two teams in the event play against each other. Only in the event that they play against each other are you considered a common player. If that happens, nope, I'm still frozen. If that happens, then you need to come talk to the tournament desk. Let us know that you're a common player. Your two teams are playing against each other, and let us know what you've decided to do. Your choices are choose one of those teams. If you do that, you're going to advance only with that team, or you can sit out of the match, which is always what we recommend. And if you do that, then you'll advance with both teams, win or lose. So if one goes to the loser's bracket and the other stays on the winner's bracket, you're still on the roster and eligible in both. All right. So if that only applies if your teams play against each other. Hopefully you're not in that situation, but if you are, those are your choices. If you are the captain or a teammate of a player who is in that situation, please be mindful. It is our recommendation that they sit out. We do have ways of accommodating and making sure that both teams are able to field appropriately in terms of the 23 rule. Can't help you as much if somebody doesn't show up to the tournament. But in terms of fairness and the 23 rule, if somebody's sitting out, there are rules to address that. So please don't guilt trip your player for trying to sit out. That is our recommendation. All right. Every round, you're going to play another team just like league night. So you will play 5 players to 23. That's the 23 rule we were just chatting about. After every round, we do review skill levels. Skill levels can change throughout the event, so make sure you're double checking your score sheet every single time and that you're making sure nobody's moved and you're throwing accordingly. Look everything over, super careful at the start of the match. If at any point in time you are not able to field 5 players to 23 or less with your eligible roster, that's the word that gets people. With your eligible roster. I'm sorry if they're not in the room, but they still count if they're not in the room in terms of the 23 rule. But if on paper you can no longer add up to 23 or less, it's only at that point that you have to play 4 to 19. If you think that you have to play less than 23, come talk to the desk. It is very misunderstood when that rule applies. So come talk to the desk if you think that you're going to have to play less than 23. This is a higher level tournament. There are higher level tournament rules that govern this this tournament. This tournament is officially, it belongs to the APA corporate office. They produce this set of tournament rules. If you haven't taken a look yet, you're going to want to do that. You can download them here. In there, you're going to find some standard higher level rules that we always enforce at triannual. Make sure that you remind players they can't play with headphones. Take out your earbuds. Take off your smartwatches, please. If there's a Bluetooth device that is unavoidable for a medical reason, come let the desk know. We're just going to request that either the Bluetooth is shut off if possible, or just make it known and announced ahead of time so that it's not an issue during the match. In general, higher level tournament rules, sorry. You also only get one timeout per rack, regardless of skill level. So even though in weekly league play, skill levels 2 and 3 get 2, not in a tournament. They just get 1 per rack. It is 1 minute. You're going to have minute sand timers around the room to help with that. So make sure that you adhere to the 1 minute time limit. Couple of things about you and your opponent. So if you get up to the table and you have concerns about the identity of your opponent, that is the time where you need to request to see their photo ID. You can do that, but you need to do it before your match starts, not in the middle of the match. Same with dress code. We request that if you have an issue or a concern related to the dress code of your opponent, or related to the attire of your opponent, you feel like there's a dress code violation, then that needs to be brought to our attention prior to the start of that match. We're not going to interrupt somebody in the middle of a match to discuss their attire or their identity. So please handle those things ahead of time. In 8-ball, we do use sudden death. Sudden death is called at 3 hours and 45 minutes. Sudden death applies to any match that occurs after that time, or that has not yet started at the point that sudden death is called. Has not yet started means that they have not broke. They have not broke their first match. Okay. Even if they've lagged, they have not started their match. Even if somebody has racked the balls, if they're waiting on the opponent to get back from the bathroom to break, they have not started their match. They must have broken the first rack in order to have started the match. It is also when sudden death is called at that time on the microphone. It is not when the red pen shows up to your clipboard. So we do send somebody around when sudden death comes along to mark the sheet. They are marking the sheet for the benefit of our desk when we go to input those scores so that we know that that match was played in sudden death. That is not the time at which your match is in sudden death. So at the point that it's called, thank you for your honesty. If a match has not started, then it's played in sudden death. In 8-ball, that means that there is no race. Any kind of race that would have been determined from your handicap is no longer relevant. So the 2 players step up to the table. They're going to play 1 rack. That rack, whoever wins it, is going to earn 2 points for their team. If at that point there is not a winner of the team match, then those same 2 players would play a second rack. The winner of that would receive 1 point for the team. In sudden death, the winner of the first rack determines the tiebreaker. So if the teams are tied 7-7 at the end of sudden death, and they've gone into that 5th match, each team has 2 wins. Now they've played sudden death and they are tied 7-7. Then whoever won that first rack in sudden death is the winner. Okay, if you have questions about sudden death or scoring or any of that, come up to the desk. We're happy to look at your score sheet for you and help you determine whether or not the match is over or if it's come to a stopping point. I'm sorry, guys. I am attempting to restart this camera, but I do not believe that that is going to happen. So we're just going to keep up with no more video feed. So I do apologize for the boring words on the screen, but thanks for hanging in there and listening. Anyways, so we'll get that worked out. Okay, so a few more on the time guidelines. We did talk about the 1 minute timeouts. All of your time expectations in a tournament are actually the same as league night. So we do encourage you to be very ready to go. Think about who you're going to throw next. If you have choices in your brains, captains, if you think that it could be one of two players, tell both players, I'm not sure. I might throw you. That way they can go take care of whatever they need to take care of, and they can be at the table and ready to play at the start of the next match. You can decide who you're going to throw before one match finishes. Think about it, strategize, discuss with the team, be ready. It's not even all that harmful to give your opponent a heads up before that match ends. If it's your throw blind and you know who you're going to throw, tell them. Let them make that choice. Be ready to play. Let's avoid sudden death together. So once the shooters are at the table, your standard shot clocks apply. You shouldn't really be taking more than about 20 seconds a shot for regular shots, 45-ish if it's super hard. Subjective, yes, but use your better judgment. If it's a difficult shot, give them a little more time. If you do have concerns over the shot clock, please come bring those to our attention prior to the point that sudden death is on the table. So if you've got a shot clock concern, if you're concerned about a slow shooter, if there's a team that's never ready at the table, whatever the deal, come let us know so we can intervene early and still help you avoid that sudden death outcome if possible. Players, be ready for your match. Once you're at that match table, please don't take a smoke break. Even if your opponent runs to the bathroom, just hang out there, be ready. Your team is going to thank you when you don't have to play a match or maybe more in sudden death because you are ready to go. Looking at my notes here. Scorekeeping. Okay, so you all went through triannual. You are now all familiar with paper scorekeeping, even if you weren't prior to triannual. If triannual was rough for your team, if you did not know what you were doing on that sheet of paper, if you have questions about that sheet of paper, we are also going to be sending out a link to the scorekeeping video on how to keep score on paper in 8-ball. Please take a quick look at it. It's not that complicated. It just requires a little bit of explanation. And as long as you know where to mark those innings and mark those defensive shots, then we're going to be in a better situation for the World Qualifier. We do have to submit these score sheets in order to prove that a team won their way to Las Vegas. They need to be valid and accurate score sheets. So please do not guess. Please make sure your score sheets are completely filled out for us. It really it slows down the tournament immensely when we are having to hunt for player numbers that are not filled in by the matches, or if we're having to total up innings. It really slows us down. So please, please, please double check that your score sheets are completely filled in before you drop them off at the control table. If you need any assistance during your match with watching hits, we do have some volunteers that have agreed to come ref. We still could use some refs if you'd like to come participate, but we'll have refs around, wave your red flag, and then we'll be happy to come watch. Be nice to the refs. They're volunteers. You asked them to watch the hit. Their call is the call. So... and also just a reminder that the two shooters at the table, it's their game, not yours on the sidelines. So if you have concerns, talk with one of the captains. Captains can address that and raise those concerns. But if you are not shooting at the table, you also shouldn't be weighing in at the table. All right. All right. Oh, another thing about asking for hits to be watched. This is becoming more and more common, and we just want to make sure everyone is aware. The procedure needs to be, if you need to have a hit watched, stop the shooter, respectfully stop the shooter, then wave your red flag. Don't hurry a ref over to say, watch that hit while the shooter is down about to stroke. We're not going to interrupt that shooter mid-stroke to walk over there and hover over a shot to watch it when you did not give them the heads up that you need to have the shot watched. So make sure, first and foremost, respectfully stop that shooter and then grab a referee to watch it. Also related to just making sure that you are not interjecting in matches if you are not one of the players at the table. Please make sure that you prioritize seating for your players and your scorekeepers around the room. There is no pool hall on the planet that was built for 16 people around one table. It just doesn't work. It's going to be crowded around those tables. So if you have the ability to sit and watch from afar, please do that. Prioritize your shooters and your scorekeepers and your coaches at the tables. Just be aware also, this is just room etiquette, space management right now. Be aware of where you are, of whose shot you're in, of where you're walking, of who you could bump into, who you're standing in front of. You don't make a good window for a scorekeeper. Just be aware of these things. We all expect it. We all want it. We all appreciate it. Be aware of those things as you're moving around the room. All of the matches going on, they're all playing for Vegas, just like you. And you don't want to be bumped. They don't want to be bumped. Just be very mindful of that as you're moving around the room, please. A reminder on those practice tables, you will find them. I'll mix up your screen just to show we haven't completely frozen. A reminder on those practice tables, they will be listed right up here in the top left corner of that bracket when you open that up. If it's not listed there, it's not a practice table. So we open practice tables when they are no longer interfering with a match. So if it's not open, it's because for some reason we believe it's going to interfere with a neighboring match. We will open it as soon as we're able to. Don't jump on the tables when they become open, please. That will help the tournament move along. It'll help teams avoid sudden death, and it'll help us get things processed quickly and back out so that we can stay on schedule. All right, guys, this is getting to the end, the last handful of things that I want to talk about. Just making sure that we remember that we are playing for Las Vegas here. We want to protect the experience. We want to respect the event. We want to make sure that we are remembering good sportsmanship. We want this to be a competitive and enjoyable environment. If you have concerns, if you have anything going on that needs to be addressed, we are happy to help. It's why we're there. Just please bring it to us respectfully. Treat your opponents with respect. The other players in the room, if they're part of the issue going on, I promise you we're going to find a respectful and calm way to get it handled. So let's just try and leave the hostility at the door. We want to make sure, it's a hard-fought weekend, not a hostile one, right? So just make sure everyone has a good day and a bad day. We're there to win a trip to Vegas. We're there to have fun. Just keep the cue slamming and the disruptive behavior, the language, all those good things to a minimum. Kind of related to the sportsmanship, if your team is on the stream table, be super mindful of that. If we have any sportsmanship issues, we're going to take you off of the stream table. And not allow that player to participate on that table. Same thing with dress code, right? Your team has a potential to be on the stream. If there are dress code issues going on, we're going to ask that player to change before they play on the stream. So make sure that you're preparing people appropriately for both of those things. Last couple things. If you have any questions, concerns, problems, anything feels unclear, whatever it is, please come get us ahead of time. That is one of the issues we run into is somebody comes and asks us to make a ruling on something that happened a rack or two ago. If there's a concern, pause, grab us. We're happy to help. But once the match has continued, then anything that happened stands as played. Make sure that when you are there this weekend, please take good care of Legends. We know that they're going to take great care of us. We think they've got some exciting new things to roll out to you this weekend that they're excited to tell you about. Maybe some ways to watch some matches, cool ways to order food, QR systems and stuff to help keep their staff organized and efficient. Take advantage of those things. It's going to help them run smoothly. It's going to help us be comfortable. Make sure you take good care of their staff. We do appreciate that they're going to be opening early and working late. It is World Qualifier weekend, right? And if you see any of the volunteers around the room or the division reps around the room this weekend, please say thanks to them too. They're choosing to be there. They're choosing to support the league in that way. And we really do appreciate that. We will be live streaming, so you'll be able to find us on Facebook or YouTube. Please share the stream when you get a chance. Anytime you get a chance, share, tag whoever's playing on it at the time. That's always a fun way to let people know who's on there at the time. We are going to be having some live stream games. So if you're on the live stream, every round there's going to be ways to win. Different games, different raffles, different prizes, t-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, singles boards, all kinds of good things you can win. To find out about the games and what's going on and ways to win, make sure that you follow Mike Kelly APA if you don't already. The reason that I'm sending you to that is not so much self-promotion as much as it is so that I can be super sneaky and hide things from Tim. So follow Mike and Kelly APA because there's a really good chance we're going to do some secret word and have some fun with Tim this weekend. And I don't want him to know what we're doing, and I need to be able to hide it from him. So go follow that so that you can play along and win some stuff. There's going to be cool ways to win all weekend long on the stream. I think we have made it to the end of the much more thorough, much more quiet version of our players meeting. We did leave out a huge thing. This one right here on the screen. Certification statement. Sorry, guys. Super important ending here. Grand finale. Required of every single player participating in the World Qualifier. So this is the team certification statement. It is basically a contract that every player is going to sign saying this is my highest skill level. You do need to, you will have blank copies on site. We do not recommend it. We would love for you to take advantage of the link in that email and in that announcement to go download this, print it, and have your team sign it. So everybody's player number, printed name, signature has to be on there. If they have not signed, they do not play. They must sign. So please make sure that they sign. Highest skill level is defined in this tiny print legal document here, contractual document. It is in here. Actually, highest skill level. There we go. Highest skill level defined above. It's in there. If you have questions, it's all the ways that we have told you what your highest skill level could be. This is your chance. This is also your chance to tell us if you just think we got it wrong. If you said this player is better than you think, raise them. We're going to do that. This is your chance to tell us that. There's no penalties. If you tell us that you think we got it wrong and the player is overranked, noted, we'll pay attention. Thank you for your opinion, but they will not be starting the tournament lower. So just be aware of that. You do need to have everyone sign it. Please, if you take nothing else away from this, print this, sign it, turn it in on check-in. We have to go through every single one of these at check-in and check that every single player has signed, and we have to check the skill level that they signed as. So any delay in turning this into the desk directly delays the start of the tournament. This is the number one reason for delayed World Qualifier tournaments all over the United States, people. Please don't be the reason for the Jacksonville APA delay on Saturday. Have your team certification statement signed, ready to go. Drop it off as soon as you walk in the door. We love that. If for some reason you can't get somebody's signature until they arrive a little bit later, fine. Give it to us. Let us know it's missing so-and-so. We're going to set it aside so that as soon as they arrive, they can sign that and become eligible to play. All right. Okay. So now that's the end of it. I'm taking a look at a couple of the comments that have come in. Yes, it is gifts, raffles and prizes and whatnot for the watchers. Timisms will certainly be part of the secret words that we're going to be playing for. We're going to have some fun. So, all right, guys, go ahead. I appreciate you tuning in today. We will be recapping a few of these things, linking to the scorekeeper video, and linking as well reminders on the team certification forms that you need to get printed out and have ready to go. On that note, I think we've made it to the end of the player meeting. I appreciate you all being so quiet and listening. It was a nice player meeting from that perspective. Come ready to have some fun this weekend. We're looking forward to it. So thank you so much, guys. We'll see you bright and early Saturday morning. Maybe take a bike to get there, but at least plan for some traffic.